young people, your brain must become conditioned to morals and ethics. I'm replying. Martin Luther King replied. Dr. Graham replied, unless a man is able to outsource his to untaught results of spirituality, mankind is lost. Dr. King cataloged, circa 1960s, when a man is assaulted in the darkness, at that point, who is at fault? Who is to blame? Not only he grants his life, but he creates the darkness. So point the proverbial finger at this technology, 21st century plow, this Android, every consequent Android, iPad, computer console, represented. Let the students with the legal course in the courts apply up to the nearest circuit breaker to the nearest satellite. Apply back down to your consequent iPad, Android, or computer console, wherever you are. Listen to the vernacular of my speech, the inflection of my words. They use their imagination. Look through the fluxum and jetsum, the mental fog in between your ears, and concentrate on the next couple of seconds. This laundry list of truisms, of ethical and moral, eternal principles, clear conscience, good conscience, non-violence when violence is the least at you. Dr. King replied, the non-compliance with evil, full stop, the moral man is obliged just as much. The obligation to compliance with that which is morally good. Full stop. David Cadlock saw in the book of Psalms, I pray for my friend as one that mourns for his mother, but my prayer returns to my own bosom. Unquote. So these moral, ethical, and eternal principles, rule of conscience, laws of quote unquote high existential laws of conscience, are in the full at the end of the margin. Dr. King replied, if at 37 I'm asked to stand up for a quote in strength to love, he cataloged. If a man is asked at 37 to stand up for principles, if I don't give this installment, if Dr. King never spoke a word in the 1960s, if he would have choked at not going to prison or not standing up for eternal principles of nonviolence, civil disobedience, quote unquote, a person was not fit to live. Dr. King chronicled, quote, the sensation of breathing is merely a belated announcement of an earliest death of spirit, unquote. So with me, so with anybody who hears moral and ethical principles of faith, good conscience, obeying, to disobey a king, to serve, quote unquote, the king, as Dr. King cataloged in Strength to Love. These ethical and moral mantras, we ignore to our, Dr. King catalog, we ignore to our own peril. And we must remember these fundamental laws like an instrument. Our mind must become a muscle that when we hear good, we cleave to good. And when we hear bad, I'm a riddle. When I hear somebody speak, the Bible cataloged, whatsoever kind, whatsoever is lovely, whatsoever is a good report. If there be any virtue on these things, think on them. So if anything, certain fundamental laws of good, moral, ethical, faith principles, the moral standards of Dr. King and Dr. Graham, this whole installment, your mind must become a proverbial muscle that you reflex. As soon as you hear good, we know that we ignore this to our own peril, quote unquote. We must accept these fundamental laws, unquote, even when it seems inconvenient for us to do so. Quote, even when it seems apparently inconvenient for us to do so, unquote. Dr. King further cataloged in Straight to Love, circa 1960s. Do for perfection, strive for perfection. Whatever your job is waiting for this new promised land to come about. That even the living, the dead, the yet unborn couldn't do a better job. unquote. Do it as if the living, the dead, or the yet unborn couldn't do a better job than you, unquote. For Dr. King further replied in Blueprint to Life, quote, it is coming a day in this technology, this 21st century power with all its yin-yang of proverbial pocket divination, or it could be a pocket check without checks and balances, it could be a pocket Jack the Rip, a pocket Abrahamic ram in a bush. It won't explode the moral universe if you listen to if you troubleshoot this technology right. That it will come at the end of. I digress. But Dr. King said, if you preach a better sermon, if you can build a better mousetrap, quote, if you can build a better mousetrap, if you can preach a better sermon, whether you make your life, your house in the deepest woods or the biggest city, the world will be the beaten path to your door. Further, Dr. King cataloged in Blueprint to Life in 1960, during the flux and jetsam of the riot and ritual, riot and helter-skelter of those troublesome years in the 60s, when morals and ethics took a stand for human rights under Dr. King and Dr. Graham and others. And the times are ripe for change, as they are this morning in 2026, this April morning in New York City, that he cataloged. If your estate or station in life is the sweet streets, strive for perfection, sweet streets like Michelangelo's sculpture, sweet streets like Lee Tom Preach sang before the Metropolitan Opera, sweet streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. So the men of angel passed by, they were poor and replied, here swept the street sweeper who swept his job well. For metaphorically, if you want to be a techno genius, young people, if you want to be the next Edison, young people, if you want to be the next Pasteur on this technology, this contemporary vernacular, metaphorically, sidestep the technological footfalls, burn them in mine oil, study, education. That was the mantra. Full stop.